Hey there, it's Miss Lambert and I'm back again with more family math. Today I've got something a little bit different for you. It's a math investigation called the handshake problem. I've also got an extension to this problem in an upcoming video called the handshake problem, the germ edition. If your kids are interested or wondering why it's necessary to close schools or practice social distancing or why we're washing our hands all the time, you might want to look at it from a math perspective. So check it out. Okay, back to this investigation. The prompt is pretty straightforward. If everyone in this room shook hands, how many handshakes would have occurred? Now, the point of this problem isn't really about finding the correct answer. While that's important and fun, it's more about having a conversation with your child about the mathematics and looking for patterns or comparing strategies and really engaging with the math. The complexity of the problem is going to vary based on how many people you choose to be in your room. So you can adjust the difficulty level to match your kid. So I'm going to walk you through some ways that you can present this problem and some questions you can ask your kids to help them engage with the mathematics. While it seems like a pretty straightforward prompt, just counting handshakes, the numbers do really get interesting. So let's get started. I've got some of my daughter's stuffed animals here today to help me with this problem. And for the purposes of modeling, I've chosen a small number to get started, but your kid might be interested in counting the number of handshakes, let's say in their classroom, so like 20 or 30 people. Maybe they're interested in a higher number, 50 people, 100 people. So I have Miss Elephant here, Miss Owl, and Mr. Hedgehog. So, plus me. So that's 4 people in this room. Now, before you go on, ask your child to predict how many handshakes do you think there's going to be? Is it going to be the same as the number of people in the room? More? Less? Why? Now, when they're ready to solve the problem, they might approach it in a variety of different ways. One way is to literally act it out. So I can shake hands with my friends as I count the number of handshakes that occur. And I can't forget to also count the handshakes that occur between them. Whoops. Right? So it's not just about the handshakes that I make. They need to be shaking hands too. Okay? Acting out the problem is a great way to kind of get a feel for the problem or to provide access for your younger kids. But it might not be the most efficient strategy if your child has chosen a really high number. Something important to remember is let your child solve the problem in whatever way makes sense to them. Don't try and force them to solve it in a particular way. You can provide suggestions or offer up examples if they get stuck, but they don't have to solve it the way you solve it. So another way that they can try and solve it is by drawing a picture or a diagram to model all the handshakes that are happening. They might also use blocks or manipulatives to demonstrate what's happening in the problem. They can also make a list or a table to show the numbers in the problem. So this is a great way to start at the beginning and see how many handshakes would occur if there was one person in the room. 2 people, 3 people, right? And from here, from the chart, it's a great way to look at patterns. Now challenge your child to look at how does the pattern of number of handshakes change as the number of people grows. Is there a way that they can predict how many handshakes will occur without actually counting each of an individual handshake? So knowing how many handshakes occur with 2 people or 3 people or 4 people, can they figure out how many handshakes will be with 5 people or 6 people? If your child is studying algebra, maybe challenge them to write a formula for n number of people in the room. In other words, is there an equation that they can write that would solve the problem for them and get them the right answer, no matter what number of people they chose? Another fun way to look at patterns in this problem is to look at the visual patterns. So ask your child to maybe draw or model with blocks the numbers in your table, and have them do it in an organized way. What do they notice about the numbers? Why do they act this way? What's happening? Can they explain what's going on with the numbers? Like I've mentioned before, this problem isn't about getting the correct answer. As a teacher, the right answer was never the important part. The important part was to engage kids with math and have them talking about math. Try solving the problem on your own too, and then compare your strategy with your child. Or maybe have a sibling do it as well. Have them talk about the strategies. Are they the same strategy? Are they different? If they're different, is there anything similar about them? Did you get the same answer? If not, why not? Challenge your child to find the mistake in the work, maybe their own, or maybe it was even in yours. If they think they have the correct answer, have them defend it, or have them look for the mistake, see where they can find it in their work. Was it a computational error that they made, or was it an error in thinking? Remember, mistakes are not something to be ashamed of. They're learning opportunities that you should embrace. So I know that I've given you a lot here to work with, and you don't have to do all the things that I suggested. The main thing is to work on the problem with your child and have fun and see where the math takes you. So if you've liked this investigation, be sure to check out the next video. It's similar idea, but with some germs mixed in. So the handshake problem, the germ edition, is coming up. If you subscribe to my channel, you'll get notified as soon as it is posted. So thank you for watching and have a great day. See you next time.